Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So let's just start doing the second, whatever it was, the second case. I'm sorry. So the second case is going to be, I'm going to use the same number just so that I can avoid as much confusion as I can, right? And the reason I'm using the same number as the previous case is because I want you all to focus on the difference. What is the difference between both of the cases? Now, well, there are two methods for the second case. In order to avoid confusion, I'm just going to do one of them, the one that I have been following, okay? So the moment you see this in your exam, what is the very first thing you do? You start doing this, right? 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, right? And then you write your dot because you're not a kid anymore. You're not studying the computer science or O levels and AS levels. You're in A2 now. So, and you're not sitting P1, you're sitting P3 of computer science. So now it's supposed to be 0.5, 0.25, 0.125, point 6 0 wait, hey, sorry, 0.0625, right? And then 0. Why is my pen not? Oh man, oh sorry, I thought my battery ran out on my pen, but it didn't. So let me just write it here. The reason I'm writing it here is because we know it's not, we're not going to need it, but just for the sake of a formality. 0.03125. And let me tell you one thing, please do not try to use your calculator. The reason for that is the more you use your calculator, you know in the exam it's not going to be given to you, right? You're just going to be wasting your time. I remember my maths teacher, Sir Jamil, he used to tell us, I mean, we were at a high level of education, right? So we always knew the formulas, right? We were at the level where as far as the formulas were concerned, we had to, input the values or plug in the values directly. But he would still tell us to write the formulas. I thought it was a waste of time. But when I asked him, why do you tell us that? You know what he would say? He would say, the more you write the formulas, the more they're just getting inculcated and ingrained in your brain, right? So to ingrain these formulas inside in your head, it's always better to write them. How much time does it even take? A few extra seconds to write the formula, but the benefit is way too much. So just like that, do not use a calculator. Memorize these values. You know, memorize these values. Memorize these values. You know, yep, these values needs to be memorized. And you have got to keep on writing them because the more you write them, the more they're going to stay in your head. That was just a side note, side talk kind of thing. Now, how do you solve this? So the moment you have been given a negative decimal number and you're being asked to convert it into binary, how do you do it? First of all, you're going to pretend that it's not negative. It's positive, right? Treat it, treat it as if it's it's positive, you know. So how would you find 192, 110000000, right? And then on the point side, how do you get the 0 0.5? One here, and the rest of them are going to be zeros. Okay? This is how you do it. Simple as that. Okay? Didn't change the value. This was the first step, right? So we're done with the first step. Step one. Done. Now the second step was to move the point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the last one, so you write a 0 after it. And now we've moved 8 places. 8 places, right? So now we got to find the exponent. Our exponent is going to be, I'm sorry, exponent is going to be 1000, right? Why? Because there's 1, 2, 4, and 8. That's how it works. Okay? And as for our Mendoza, what is our Mendoza? That is 0, 1, 1, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and a 1. So here we have our exponent and here we have our Mendoza. This is our step 3, right? Now beware, this is not where it ends here. Remember, we were treating it as if it was positive, as though it was positive. But is it positive? No, it's a negative number, right? Now, this mantissa, the mantissa that we have found just now, is the mantissa for a positive 192.5, right? This is not the mantissa for a negative 192.5. Now, in order to convert this into negative, just like the old, O levels and AS levels days, we just gotta take 2's complement, right? Take 2's complement. And if you have forgotten how you take the 2's complement, then we're going to just do it right now and you're going to remember it, right? And this is your fourth step. Yep, there's an additional step in the second case, right? I said there were two methods in order to do that. The first method was, I mean, this is the first method if you want to call it the first method. The other method is where you try to convert it into an actually positive number. You convert this into an actual positive number way before you even begin doing any kind of operations, right? But you don't really need to do that, honestly. You really don't need to do that because, I mean, it's better to just know one method. They're not going to ask you because it's just the same thing, right? And I'm lazy, okay? I'm not going to be teaching you both of the methods. So just, bear with me. Now you just have to, take the two's complement. Two's complement has two steps. The first step is, invert all of the bits. That's going to be 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 and a 0, right? And then you add a 1 in here. So you get yourself 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 and another 1. Okay? This is your mantissa and this is your exponent, right? And the rule of writing from left to right for the mantissa and right to left for the exponent is obviously there, right? Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to make fake spaces just so that I can show you that rule again. I think this is enough, right? So we're done with the second case as well. Alhamdulillah. In the third case, case 3, we're not going to learn a positive. You know what? Let's just not write positive. Let's just write a. How do you convert a binary into into a what is it called? Yep, a decimal. Decimal or flow. Let's take a look. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay.